Hello Velomobile fans, I'm here with my helpful assistants today, Count Ludwig von Katzenelnbogen and his twin brother, Count Johann von Katzenelnbogen, and we are here for an episode of Tech Talk to talk about tires. Tires are a pretty important choice. They determine how good of cornering and handling and speed we get out of our Velomobiles. However, we also need to take into account weather conditions, and here in Minnesota, we can have some pretty brutal conditions. So I'm going to walk you through what I have on hand for tires. I admittedly collect tires the way some people collect things like stamps or shoes or Pez dispensers or whatever your vice is in life. So let's take a look at the options, starting from the fastest to the, winter options. My fastest tires on hand are these Green Speed Scorchers, which allowed me to get from 130 watts at 30 miles an hour with these Continental Urbans down to 120 watts. So it's about a 10 watt savings for me. Keep in mind my system weight is quite low. The Urbans are what I normally ride with. They are really good with grip, especially in the wet. However, they do slow down when it gets below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, quite noticeably actually, so I don't use those in the winter. Instead, right now, while the roads are nice but it's cold, I use Schwalbe ones, just the standard ones, and they work quite well, and they're just as durable as these. However, the Scorchers I have found are not especially durable tires. They are kind of flat prone for me. Now, for regular winter riding, my plan is to use these Schwalbe G1 Speeds. It's a gravel tire. I've been told that they can roll a little bit on the rims, so they're not something you want to corner super hard in, but I wanted a little bit of tread when the roads might have some stuff on them, just for a little better grip. I also have these Schwalbe Marathon Green Guards. I've never run these on a Velomobile, but they're bulletproof, and I've used them for touring with my recumbent bikes. They are also quite heavy. And then, when it has to deal with snow, I have the GT365. It's a heavily treaded tire, and probably as much of a winter tire as I can get in the front of the bulk. I did find that the turning circle with the bulk is quite acceptable with this tire, surprisingly. I have a couple other tires on hand, a set of Kojaks that I don't particularly like, and a set of Grand Prix that I found are basically the same speed as the Continental Urbans, and since the Urbans are so fast and durable, I just opt to run those. For the rear, I usually ride with a GP5000. It's a reasonably durable tire, but very fast. I just recently got this 32mm version because the 28mm is just a little bit of a hard ride for Minnesota roads. This will allow me to run at a lower pressure. Presently mounted on the rear, I have a GP5000 all season in 35mm. It's a bit of a tight squeeze to get it into the wheel well, but it doesn't rub, and it runs very nicely, and it's a little bit more durable for riding when it's colder and you don't really want to get out and fix a flat. My other options are Continental Contact Urban 32mm. I wasn't that impressed with that tire when I've ridden it before. It just seemed a little bit too slow for my taste. But it's a good durable tire if you're riding someplace with really bad roads. I also have picked up the Schwalbe G1 All-Around for the rear, 35mm, and again I'm looking for something with some tread for winter riding, but that won't be super slow. I've used this tire on my W9 when I did my Europe tour, and I liked the grip that tire had, especially on rough trails. And then for the ultimate in winter riding, a spiked Schwalbe winter tire in 30mm. This will be a bit of a project to get into the wheel well because it's quite a stiff tire, but if I'm riding in snow, the rear is where you really need to have that tread. having the spikes and some good tread will help a lot with winter riding. So there you have it, my personal preferences for tires. Your tire choice of course depends on where you're riding and what your needs are, but hopefully this will give you some ideas for good tires. My fastest combination is the Scorchers and a GP5000 in the rear. My most durable combination is probably Urbans in the front and an Urban in the rear, or the GP5000 all season, and then of course the winter options. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about tires, leave me a comment below and I will answer your questions. As always, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!